shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information. Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore.
Hey, hello everybody. Hope you're having a great night. Welcome to Borderline Banter. Yeah, my name's Mike. We're just hanging out here on the Wednesday afternoon. Some interesting stuff in the news. But yeah, thanks for being here. We're halfway through the week.
Made it.
And as you can hear, the guy moving the mouse around, pressing buttons, or maybe not pressing buttons. But it's Dustin.
Well, if I had a button, I'd push it. It does say press buttons down here, though. Reminder.
But yeah, how's it going?
We made it through the week for me, but actually, I don't know if you've already said it. We made it all the way through the week for you.
Yeah,
I remember if you told the audience you got Thursday and Friday off.
No. So yeah, they told me not to come back tomorrow. Not they take the
well not that kind of.
They're just like don't like you're good, Mike. Thanks for being with us.
Don't come back here again.
Don't come back here again. Yeah, So I don't know what that means, but no, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, just a long weekend. Yeah, it's a long weekend.
Yeah, long. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna be chilling. Probably playing some games, doing some banter. This. But
yeah, just because you're off work on Friday doesn't mean we're not bantering.
Yeah, and I always do work on the side. I got some plans for our Twitter account, X account, and stuff. I'm actually gonna buy the subscription, and I'm gonna just try some things, try to see what the blue checkmark does. See if it's actually worth it. See if you get into any more follows and likes. And I'll pass this information on to all you guys. It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I just I do go in there, and it's something to do, and just see how it is, because I don't know, see if it's worth it. $10 is worth a gamble. And subscriptions help. Just saying, but yeah, not necessarily. But yeah, what do you want to do first, Dustin?
I want to tune in and listen and join the conversation.
Yeah, well. Let's get right at it with Borderline Banter.
Okay, so it looks like we got Biden signed TikTok ban.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about TikTok again. This is definitely a follow-up, and I think we went ahead and decided to start off the show with it.
Yeah, for sure.
NPR has this one for us. President Biden signs law to ban TikTok nationwide. Thus, it is sold.
Okay, what? Now this wasn't called... Now, first, this has just happened. Now this isn't called a TikTok ban. It's actually the Ukraine aid, Israel aid, Taiwan aid, Gaza aid, whole bunch of different aids, and ban Twitter aid bill. But yeah, this is what most people are upset about. Not the $60 billion we're giving to you guys, not we. When I say we, I mean metaphorically. But even though that makes no sense. But yeah, you guys are giving away $60 billion. But let's look at what else.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole bill was pretty objectionable, but I think it got a lot of people said, so I guess it's our people in charge.
Take it away.
Democracy. President Biden on Wednesday signed a law that would ban Chinese-owned TikTok unless it's sold within a year. So, of course, they have a year. So you can still use TikTok. Yeah. You're
so don't panic. Don't freak out.
You got a year. Yeah. And also, if it's highly likely, it'll just be consumed by an American company and continue being available.
Yeah.
Thing. So, very likely, because they don't want to lose out money, right?
No. So that's exactly what's going to be. They're going to sell for 51% to America, or whatever, and boom. Or whatever percent they need. There's a certain percent you have to have.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, they'll do the minimum necessary. Yeah. So it is the most serious threat yet to the video streaming app's future in the U.S., intensifying American tech war with China. I didn't know we were doing that. If we are doing a tech war, I think we've lost.
Yeah, China's going to
win. And please don't look at the stats.
That's how come you're sending money to Taiwan. They're like, well...
I mean, look, see, the way that my democracy's set up is that I need all these other places to have money so that I can have a base there so that I can have my democracy. Remember that I started this with sake of democracies on the line,
So the law is not expected to cause...
Are you going to vote for me yet?
The law is not expected to cause any immediate direct disruption to TikTok. So yeah, like I said, don't worry. Lots of legal challenges they're saying and different hurdles.
Right, they
so,
get to
yeah.
appeal and all that fun stuff too. So during appeals, I assume it stays up and functional.
Yeah, so months delayed. Yeah. So yeah, it could be up to a year. But as they have a year.
Yeah, they're at least going to talk about it. The measure was tucked into a bill providing foreign aid to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. The lost finance will stake TikTok in 12 months under the threat of being shut.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, they tucked it in there. I wish they'd thrown the numbers in there too, because another one I'd read had.
We can probably find
the
that.
dollar amounts. Yeah.
I'm sure we can find that.
No, I don't want to donate.
Oh, so yeah.
As of last time we left off, we talked about this when the House had passed it and it was moving to the Senate. This morning I was looking for news and saw Senate passed it, picked that as an article. Then it literally didn't even take a day. It got to Joe's desk and Joe signed it.
Joe's working. Joe works so hard, like, come on. What a guy.
Now, this is the same Joe Biden that just recently did that TikTok thing with a bunch of cookies.
Yeah. Let's face it, he didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. It's been more than 2 minutes. But he didn't have a clue what was going on.
2 minutes.
But yeah. YouTube. I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so Chinese tech giant ByteDance, 2017, purchased the popular karaoke app Music.ly and relaunched the service as TikTok. Did you know that that's how it started?
I vaguely do.
I don't even remember Musically.
Honestly. I never was into that stuff, yeah.
But I guess that's why it was kind of the short content.
What was that one we were just talking about? Friggin' the one that you don't think is going to be good. We were just talking about it. I forget the name. Okay, Elon Musk's one.
Yeah. Because he's...
God damn it. Okay, anyway, I'll come back to me.
He's bringing Vine.
Vine back. Sorry, thank you, Vine. That's right, Vine. Just like Vine, too. I never had a Vine account. A lot of people liked it, but I've never had a Vine or a Musical.ly account. Unfortunately, I've got a TikTok, but I don't use it anymore.
And that's kind of what Vine was, the same thing. Short form video. They kind of have that same niche market, whereas YouTube is where people go for long.
So I just have a question. It says 170 million Americans, which is about half the country. Now, is that 170 million accounts or 170 million people?
Well, yeah, I mean, the way they say that, it makes it sound like it's
so,
individual users, not necessarily like a user with multiple accounts counting as multiple people.
There's some people that have 5 or 6 accounts.
They're probably lying here, right?
Or if not more, right? Or they get banned and still counted.
That's like saying you could take a room full of people and half of TikTok, but I don't think that'll be.
Maybe. I don't know. That would be interesting to try. You know what I mean? Like,
it is where 1/3 of young people get their news.
Yeah.
Pew Research Center.
Yeah, and I think we have discussed that. We probably shouldn't get news on TikTok, Twitter, and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're getting exactly. I mean, I think there are some things you can find on social media you're not going to find on the mainstream media.
Yeah.
So,
like that one article we were going to talk about, but we're not going to talk about. So.
Well, not you can't.
Yeah. Well, it
doesn't matter. Just go. What do they mean?
It doesn't matter.
So, lawmakers and the Biden administration argue that as long as TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, it is beholden to the dictates of China's authoritarian regime.
Yeah, okay, so they want to spy on Americans, and China spy on Americans, which I get. That's exactly what
they're spying on us more. So.
Yeah, but they want to spy more on you, right? So now they can spy the younger people. Because more younger, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Who cares? We already gave away our rights to privacy in 2001.
Yeah.
we signed away those rights, dude.
Yeah. Did you?
We also hit accept on the end user license agreements, so like...
Then nobody reads,
Dude, just like, why are we worried about another government having... Our government has like a bazillion times more information. If you're worried about governments having your data and your info, it's over. We lost. That fight was lost a while ago. But yeah, we're gonna stop them from having TikTok. Is there any other China company?
I'm sure there's lots.
You know about?
WhatsApp? No, not WhatsApp. There's another one. Was it Zoom?
What
Zoom.
apps are
Zoom?
By...
Zoom is owned in China, I believe. Not Zoom. Zoom. Yeah.
I'm pretty Temu, Shein.
Well, Temu is an app. Temu is an app that you buy Chinese junk from. You pay $1 for a freaking which I'm not gonna lie, I've got a few junky things off there that turn out, but yeah, they're not that. They're not just a app. Of course, there's
also
a Chinese app.
CapCut. I've never heard of Cut.
CapCut. That's a app to Jays knows about CapCut. I'm pretty sure. So it's an app to edit your videos. But yeah, that's I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot more to the bill than just TikTok, and that's the thing that. But a lot of people are probably gonna be freaking out. But they got a year, they got time. But you said it last time. Backup videos. If you don't want them to disappear, back them up. Just click on them and hit save. Right.
Download your content.
Yeah. Reassure we're not going anywhere. Chu said.
Yeah, so apparently a video posted to the platform soon after Biden signed the bill from TikTok CEO Chu Zichu said he is confident TikTok would win in court, adding that users should not expect issues with the app. Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail. He's talking about my Constitution.
Yeah, yeah. I dare him to say that to the president of China, the prime minister of China, whatever they have there. You know, it's like, go say that to them. My Constitution, I dare you. But
so I hear you've got another Constitution. Tell me.
Yeah.
TikTok plans to take Biden administration to court over the law. Of course.
Oh yeah, you gotta fight it. We'll see what happens, but that's not the biggest thing anyway. That's really distracting everybody else from the money that they're giving away.
Right. So the law would make it illegal for web hosting services to support TikTok and would force Google and Apple to remove it from their app store. So basically But
in the meantime, if you have it downloaded, it's already downloaded on your phone.
Right,
and then you can
just how often things update. You gotta look at those.
But then you can literally probably just go to the website and download it from the website and not the app store.
Maybe there might be a workaround.
You know, like back now, again, maybe I should.
Plus, you remember how they're telling Apple like they have to allow that third-party app stores?
Yeah,
like they have to like not be.
Dictator.
Monopoly. Yeah, I was gonna say dictator. I'm like, that's not be monopoly.
That's pretty dictator. Yeah, dictator could be the right word.
Could TikTok then go on this third-party thing that's hosted by a Chinese host, thus making it not care about the law that makes it illegal to host it because
it's not
American.
Just because,
I feel like there's workarounds.
Just like the war, just like America's proxy war with Russia. You know, just give them money to a different country to fight, and then boom, you're good to go. You know, it's like it's not America blowing up Russia; it's Ukraine blowing up Russia with American soldiers.
We love our proxies. We love our proxies.
American soldiers telling Ukrainian soldiers how to do it. Proxies, that's folks. What it is. You know,
many people don't like our proxies. Many people say our proxies aren't even real, but proxies are real to me.
Anyway,
beautiful. Anyways, this marks the first time the U.S. has passed a law that could trigger the ban of a social media platform, something that has been condemned by civil liberties groups and constitutional scholars. Yeah, even though there's been all that talk of like they brought in congressional hearings for Google, congressional hearings for Facebook. You know, they brought all the tech guys in. Nothing ever came of any of that.
But then again, how many of them paid them off? Right? Maybe TikTok's like, I'm not paying you off.
Well, you can just pay our government. Yeah. That's how it works. So, TikTok saying that the law would suppress the free speech of millions of Americans.
Well, social media, I guess, but that's not social media is not the Constitution, though. I don't think so.
It's an interesting argument because you're not even the only fish, just a platform.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if all platforms were illegal, that would be definitely suppression of speech. But this is not all, is it? Or is it all? Well, that's been. I mean, what's to stop them from doing this to any other one?
But yeah, I guess. But that's what
you're an American-owned company. We feel like the American government's going to spy on its citizens' view. That's accurate, by the way, but we're still not going to ban them. Google, how you doing? How you doing?
All right. Well,
the sentiment.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few weeks going on here. People, I'm sure there's going to be news about it in the next few days too. More coming about it. So.
Yeah. So according to this person, Congress shouldn't be in the business of banning platforms. They should be working to enact comprehensive privacy legislation that protects our private data, no matter where we choose to engage online.
Well, there's that,
sure, right? Draw me a diagram of how you're going to do that.
But again, it's their code.
Sorry, you can say those words, but that doesn't make it codable. I can't code it.
Yeah, that's their code too, right? So,
You're gonna just write legislation that stops all these people from getting our data. Really? What? How? You know the biggest ones are the ones that pay you, right? How are you gonna do it then, without affecting the people who are paying? You're not. Anyway, selling TikTok won't be so easy. Well, why not?
How much is TikTok worth?
So any company or set of investors angling to purchase TikTok would have to receive the blessing of the Chinese government, and officials in Beijing have strongly resisted it. So.
Oh yeah, because China has to. Because China is like, no, we control your business, not you. So yeah, and then America's like, well, you can't control the business. So I guess America might get a point, like. But.
So. Law took TikTok by surprise. Yeah, by almost any measure, the law passed rapidly. I would say that's because of how they snuck it into a spending bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Why
right?
is it in a spending bill?
Because that's how they get sneak bills.
Because literally,
TikTok's only worth $66 billion for the record, but
So last month, the House passed a bill to compel TikTok to find a buyer or face a nationwide ban, but the effort stalled in the Senate. Then it suddenly came back up and was inside of a spending package and passed.
Yeah.
Like literally, even this article mentions, yeah, they tried to pass it alone and it didn't work.
Yeah, because we talked about that.
So then they snuck it in a thing the Senate couldn't say no to, because if you said no to it, you'd be criticized for.
Well, yeah, you'd be put all over. You'd be blind. Yeah. Twist your arm, right? So, no, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what else was in the bill last. The bill this month is definitely not only. Kind of snuck it in there.
Yeah.
A new push, this time attaching the divest or be banned provision for aid fast-tracked proposal.
Yeah, so but they snuck it through. That's what happened.
Aid fast. Mirrors last month's attempt, but it extends the sell-by deadline, now giving TikTok 9 months to find a buyer, with the option of a 3-month extension if a potential acquisition is in play.
So yeah. Okay, well, 9 months will.
Yeah, so originally, I guess you could also argue, the first time it said 6 months, the second time it said 9 months. So I guess if you want to look at the actual details,
they have 8.5 months to find a buyer, and then 3.5 months to close the deal. That's pretty much it.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know if I have too much more on this. There's probably lots more on it, but what else is he gonna say other than if there's
nope, that's it.
That's
it. It goes on to talk about some different.
I could be interested to find out where all the money's going. But I think it's 60 billion. 40 of it's going to Ukraine, 15 of it's going to Israel, 7 of it's going to Gaza, and then Taiwan's getting like 11, something like that. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure about the numbers, but yeah,
this is Ed Markey, no malarkey, Mark.
Yeah.
This thing is no malarkey.
All right, well, I think we should move on to that.
It says American companies are doing the same thing too. So he made the same point I did. Like, it's not, the problem isn't unique to TikTok, and certainly it literally could be extended to anything by the justification, and also anything could just be stuck in the bill. So I'm very against this. I'm very anti-censorship anyways, and this whole thing is censored. So
I hate TikTok, but the way they did this was wrong.
Biden didn't even wait to see if anybody wanted to like give a feedback before he signed it. He just signed it before anyone could even know it was on his desk.
No, you know what they do? Biden wakes up in the morning, he sits up, and you know that video we saw of the chick trying to get the dead guy to write? Yeah. That's what it is with Biden. He's dead pretty much. He put his hand up on the calendar and they're like, and then he signs a bill. And they're like, thank you, Biden. Time for a nap. Right? But I'm not far off.
Look, he made it in front of a teleprompter today. I know because he messed up in front of it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I wouldn't have known he made it in front of one if I didn't know he messed up. The fact that he made it there already, goddamn.
The quote was 4 more years, and then he was supposed to pause and wait for cheers. Anyway, what Biden did, he was like 4 more years, pause. And
what if that was actually the script, though?
I don't think it was the script.
A dog.
Let's move on.
Dogs. What did he say right before that?
I don't know.
I love dogs. 4 more years, pause. And like all the dogs put their paws up.
With the next story here. Coming from Canada.
Yeah, this one. I found this one and I was like, oh my God. Canada.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is this. Okay. From CBC, just bought a used car. There's a chance it's stolen. I see a slight weakness in vehicle registrations. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so do you
in
know what the
Canada they're
exploit
like, yeah.
is?
I think if something's too good to be true, it probably is.
Probably.
So,
So nearly 1/3 of stolen vehicles may now have been titled washed and resold.
yeah.
Wait, you title it wash?
Well, yeah,
What's
that's
that? What's
you
that mean?
watch. You scratch
Is
off
this
the
like dirty
serial.
money,
You
rolled money,
scratch off
road
the VIN
bills?
number. You get rid of the VIN number. You replace the VIN number with a different one somehow. Like
Don't they have like a database? Isn't that the whole point of the
I don't
numbers?
know. Let's read. I'm not a. My
Here's
shirt
a
might say I
Canadian.
know everything, but it's a lie. Okay. Like, God.
This is Canadian Derek Crocker's replacement truck after the one he bought at a Toronto dealership was identified as. Aw.
Yeah. So you're
Bummer.
driving around in a stolen vehicle and not knowing it's stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So the fight against Canada's worst ever auto theft epidemic has largely focused on ramping up inspections at shipping ports, where organized crime groups have exploited the overwhelming majority of stolen vehicles.
we talked
Criminals are
about that.
adapting. Police say by increasingly selling hot vehicles in Canada to unsuspecting buyers with little protection, exploiting a weakness in provincial registration systems that veteran investigators argue needs to be fixed.
So yeah,
Okay,
so they're
so it's
bringing
been
it
getting harder
province
to
to
export them,
province.
so now there's like, fine, we'll just sell them to Canadians.
Yeah, they'll just move them from province to province
Yeah.
with different databases. So
Yeah.
Huh.
Market so lucrative, it's easy.
yeah, well, yeah, I guess, right? So
while it's impossible to know what criminals do with all stolen cars and difficult to track shifting trends, police now estimate nearly 1/3 of stolen vehicles are being resold in Canada, increased from just 6 months ago when the vast majority of vehicles were believed to have been exported.
yeah,
Often buyers have no idea.
yeah. So and yeah, you don't get like I don't know because you get in theory it's there's a crime to be in like it's against the law to be in have stolen property in your possession, right? So that's stolen.
Well,
Now,
I mean, kind of.
Now you don't get charged for theft. You can just be
But
charged.
you don't get to keep it.
No, but you
The
can't
main
be
thing is you
charged
don't get
with
to keep
possession
it.
of stolen property, right?
You can be.
But
depending
most of the time, if you know you're not known, they'll let you off though. But wouldn't that be the shits, you know? But again,
Oh, yeah, that
if
would
you
suck.
if there's a car that was supposed to be at $80,000 and you paid $35,000 for it, there's no way. You know what I mean? You know it's something's up about that.
I mean,
Not
I just
saying-
literally saw a story today of a guy who rented a car, and I guess the rental place lost the paperwork, and so it got flagged as stolen because they didn't have the paperwork. They just clerical error, I guess, is what they said it. So after it got flagged as stolen, police literally apprehended the guy at gunpoint. They had 4 guns pointed to this dude, and he's like,
I'm just on vacation.
Apparently, 10 minutes later, they realized that it wasn't stolen. He had his paperwork still.
Here's my paper.
Like, here.
Yeah, thank you.
I rented it. Here's the papers. I don't know what the hell. But literally, he had 4 guns pointed at him, and he didn't steal it. So
yeah,
kind of the same thing. Like these people could have that same crap happen.
So yeah, they mirror this VIN number somehow, whatever that means.
Yeah, that's what they said. They replaced it, mirroring a VIN similar to a truck registered in Utah. So I guess that's where it's a valid thing. They have apparently some valid ones they can just cheat with.
Huh? Wow.
Sure. That's weird that Toronto and Utah work. Did you know that?
Well, maybe
they just use Utah registration VIN
You can probably use registration everywhere. I mean, not registration, the VIN number. VIN number's a VIN number.
Agree to make VIN unique across the nation, like all
pretty sure.
countries? So Russia agreed to keep VINs unique?
Well, maybe North American cars.
So, okay.
I don't know.
I don't know if we want to go down the rabbit hole of who all uses VINs, but it might be something like that.
But maybe, because
there's a lot of Mexican auto manufacturers too. So Mexico, Canada, United States.
North America, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know what we're enhancing here. That's a VIN.
Yeah.
Are we doxing him?
There's some. No, it's fake anyway. So right, so it's not real. Yeah, it's crazy. You just buy a truck. He bought it at a dealership. He did buy it at a dealership. So what did the dealership know was stolen? Wow, the whole reason you buy it from a dealership is so you don't have to worry about dealing with that sort of thing. He said.
After Crocker entered what should have been the truck's unique VIN in Ford's app, the function to remotely start the vehicle never worked. Oh, so the remote start was based on the VIN as well?
I guess, yeah.
Or at least, getting the app signed up.
Yeah. which is
The app also listed the vehicle as being located in the United States and indicated a different amount of fuel than his own vehicle tank was holding.
weird.
Okay, not great.
That is kind of freaky though. You could just type in someone's VIN and find out how much fucking gas they have left in their tank. Like, isn't that kind of creepy?
That is weird. I was thinking about that. The Ford is tracking your gas. I expect this from Tesla. I just didn't know Ford was.
Like, okay, I got it. That's weird though. Like, there should be like something. There should definitely be something, unless you have to like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That
So he
seems
didn't
kinda
even
messed
know
up.
until it was an accident and required body work. The repair shop ordered parts based on the VIN it's on the dash, but the parts didn't match the actual truck.
Oh, wow. What?
Well, yeah, because it's not even the same vehicle.
So so he googled the VIN number that was on the truck and found a truck for sale in Utah.
Yeah, there you go. Here it is.
Crazy.
Probably, maybe.
Um,
Oh no, this is the one he got at the dealership
Yeah.
for $60K.
yeah, that would be suck, especially buying at a dealership. At least he was covered. It looks like he got his car back, which is good, like a new car, right?
Right.
Oh, look at that!
So
It says right
how
there.
did the dealer sell this car? How did they acquire it and sell it? With
Yeah, they're gonna
the
have to
bad
look into
VIN?
it with that fake VIN.
Because one of their steps should be confirming it's not.
Because like when you're doing a private sale, you can't really look that up, right? But
I mean,
but it says it turns out that it was the VIN. Yeah, but VINs are most primarily displayed on vehicles' dashboards as well as on the owner's title. When a vehicle is stolen, the VIN is flagged across North America to prevent it
There you
being
go.
sold.
the
Look at
article
that.
told us
So,
we didn't even have to look it up.
yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, clearly it's not working then, or something is. Like, you'd think the database would have picked it up that it was sold in Utah at a lot. I don't know. It just seems very messed up.
Re-VIN, that's what they're calling that, washed.
Yeah.
And basically, once you've done that, nobody's going to bat an eye because there's nothing making them check it.
Unless they do check it. Yeah, that's the only time is when you physically check it. And I don't know. But I'm spending $60K.
So the dude called police and they took his car.
Yeah.
Took his truck.
Yeah.
And returned it to the insurance company, the original owner.
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
Crocker's own insurance would not cover his loss because he'd, albeit unknowingly, purchased a stolen vehicle.
Ouch,
After a long discussion with the dealership that sold him the truck, his money was returned.
Yeah, the dealership had no chance. They would have been able
to do that.
Yeah, the dealership would have had to do it.
I don't know.
Like, he would have been able to take his insurance, I get, because insurance, like, yeah, well, that's not our fault. But the dealership, 100%. They would have just probably...
I don't know. This is the same dealership that acquired a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, they probably just filed for bankruptcy. They just filed for bankruptcy and closed down and changed their name and open it again.
Just change their name, open a new
right?
one. Yeah,
so because that's what they do, right? But
so how could two?
Did you know that's legal? That's a 100% legal thing to do in Ontario. People do it all the time.
Bankruptcy's dope.
As soon as they get so many negative reviews, as soon as they get so many negative reviews, they literally just close it down and open and redo it, right? So
and it works for basically all kinds of debt except one. Do you know the one kind of debt you can't claim bankruptcy for? This was pop quiz.
Government.
America specific.
Government.
The one kind of debt. No, not government.
What?
College.
Student loans, yeah.
Student loan debt cannot be bankruptcy.
Yeah,
it's the only one. We legislated specifically to make sure that one can't bankruptcy that one. Anything else you want to do dumb with your money? Fine.
Well, yeah, the colleges need the money.
You want to lose money on a casino? Go ahead and do bankruptcy at the end of that.
So,
our former president did that. That's fine. But your college thing, that was a choice, and you know that choice, and you need to pay us. And
so saying that you can't have multiple. You can have same vehicle registered in multiple provinces at once, and they just stop that. 100%. Where's the data? There's a database for stolen vehicles.
They need a shared database or something.
There is a shared one for stolen. Why can't you just do a shared one for stolen ones? You know, like, it doesn't seem that hard.
Yeah, I mean, so neither Canada nor the United States has a national vehicle registry. Multiple police agencies are urging federal and provincial governments to create one.
Wouldn't be that hard at all. It would not be that hard at all.
No, because literally the state already knows all the info on the car. It's just a matter of them sharing information with each other.
You know
we
what?
have a big problem where
I'll work from home. I'll work from
other.
home and I'll do all the data myself. You know, it'll take me 30 years, but okay. Well,
so CBC News asked Ontario's Ministry of the Solicitor General why the province's database can't detect whether the same VIN is actively being used in another province or state. So that's good. They asked your people the right question. I
Yeah.
don't know if they asked mine. It changes to the provincial registration process required. We won't hesitate to make. What? Oh, if changes. No, they're saying, oh, if we need to change, then we will.
They agree. Yeah.
Was the response? Oh, okay. All right then.
Huh.
Let's go do it. Let's put it in a spending package.
And here's some signs.
Can we just put it in a spending thing?
So
all right. How can you spot one? I don't know.
Well, it's impossible to know precisely how many.
Other than like what that guy did, where you
stolen
search
vehicles
it and
are back on the road, so they don't know how many. The number one is the re-VINs just below. So yeah, check out the VIN, see if it looks fishy. You know, like double check and make sure it doesn't. Like you can probably tell if you look close enough that it's been scratched out, or that it's the paperwork has been different, right? So
maybe there's one above. What looks weird about it? This bottom one was the.
You look at the whiteness right below. I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
Well, they've got a highlight.
Yeah, but I'd have to see it in person, right? Because there might be, you know, like if you look close enough, but maybe they're really good at faking that.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to fake documents. Documents have been faked forever.
Alrighty, but yeah.
This article's pretty long. Oh. They showed us another one. So car buyers are being advised to look at the VIN on the dashboard and the pillar between the front and back driver's side doors to see if the numbering is bubbling. Sign it. There may be a sticker on top of the real VIN.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah. So
you're listing things, and I don't know if bubbling was one of them. Can we see a bubble on this one? Where's the VIN? Is it the WP?
I can't tell you. Usually the VIN's actually not a sticker though. That's a weird thing. So usually the VIN is not like that. The VIN's very, very small. So I don't know what that is.
And this is Germany. Yeah. I don't know what we're looking at here. Porsche. Fake VIN sticker on a police recovered stolen Porsche Cayenne. Investigators point to bubbling and a slight discoloration as suspicious. Sticker on the driver's side pillar between the front and back seats is one of the two locations where it is.
Okay, so yeah, check.
The other thing is running the VIN through a paid service like Carfax could yield some.
Yeah, that's a good thing to see. They have a database then. If Carfax has it, then why?
Carfax only has the database of crashed, damaged vehicles. However, you heard how they were collecting these VINs. They were going to dumps and stuff and finding totaled cars and tossed away cars, reusing VINs of cars that very likely have a Carfax.
Yeah.
You know, like there is some overlap there, so it's got a chance. No guarantee here because Carfax isn't just taking everybody's thing. They don't really have access. They'd have to have all the dealers giving them everything.
Well, yeah, so that's that, I guess.
If you're paying cash for that vehicle or you do a bank transfer, there's no recourse.
So it means don't do private sale. That quotates.
Yeah, basically like that, dude. Like
that's why I put them in quotations in a private sale because the dealership had no choice to pay back. They would have also went out of business too, right?
Yeah, I mean that's possibly what they would have wanted.
Yeah, maybe
playing to their bankruptcy claim. So this just keeps going and gets weirder. Registry employees alleged to be in on the. So they got an inside man at the registry.
Probably, yeah.
It's organized crime. It makes sense.
Yeah, you offer someone an extra $50,000 a year in cash, non-taxable. It's pretty hard to say no to that these days. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, and have you seen Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage?
I haven't seen it in 20 years, but yeah.
Well, there's that part where they send the dude to the DMV to get like a bunch of the keys or some information about where cars are, and he just basically gives the dude money at the DMV and he gives him info on a bunch of cars.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
Not much different.
Right?
It's like it's just kind of a doing business. I'm not even part of whatever crime you're doing. Like the dude at the DMV didn't know they were going to steal 50 cars or whatever they did.
But yeah.
Although I think that he'd be charged with it.
Yeah, because you're still giving information you probably shouldn't be giving.
So 2023, Toronto police charged 7 Service Ontario employees with a collective 73 charges, including fraud over $5,000, tampering with a vehicle identification number, breach of trust by a public officer, and trafficking and identity information. And
for the record, fraud over $5,000 is like one of the highest charges. So that doesn't mean anything. It could probably be $1 million, and they're like, whatever. That's still just a fraud of 5,000.
It falls into that.
Yeah,
it's all
falls
lumped
in,
into
yeah. So
big money. At one point, that was big money. Do we need to update this number?
like $5,000, that's petty shit. But like I said, if you're gonna do it,
update this number. 5,000 ain't what it used.
I'm not suggesting do a crime, but if you're gonna do a crime over $5,000, may as well go all out and do more money because, well, like. But I don't suggest
it's that much for 5,000. There's no reason to steal 6,000. Steal 600,000.
Exactly, right? Like I'm not
right?
not
like,
condoning crime, but
not that you should steal, but like the math is there.
But yeah,
right,
keep an eye out. We're done with this. I think I could probably go on for more, but
party registration. Somehow it does. Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, it should
I'm
definitely
gonna stop scrolling because it's not done, and I don't.
They should definitely have a North American database if they have it for that.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things where you could really solve an issue.
Take it away.
We're gonna stick with the car topic at least here. Fox Business has our next one. Seniors, $11. Tesla driver using autopilot mode charged with vehicular homicide. Death of a motorcycle. Tesla driver facing vehicular homicide charge after killing motorcycle.
Is this gonna be the first of its kind?
That was my thought when I saw it this morning. I'm like, should we cover that?
Yeah,
probably should cover that. Isn't this like the first time that this?
And were we just talking? Were we not just talking about that last episode? Was the episode before?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought we were. I know you.
Don't they still that small
we had that
text
conversation.
that says you have to be there, kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like you have to be alert. You have to have your hands on the wheel. You have to, be alert at all times.
Yeah. So this dude may be in trouble.
Depending on what happened, like if you fall asleep, yeah.
That one little line might be a murder charge, or not.
Yeah.
So a Washington man has been arrested and charged with vehicular homicide after in autopilot mode slammed into a motorcyclist. Okay, stop. Fox Business. I closed that twice. You saw me.
After a Tesla autopilot mode slammed the motorcycle, killing him. Yeah.
Yeah. The crash happened 3:45 p.m. Friday in Maltby, Washington, according to Washington State Patrol. So this presumably was last Friday.
Okay, yeah, that's what it seems like, yeah.
I'll assume, because the article just came out. The Tesla Model S driver identified court document obtained by Fox 13 Seattle as 56-year-old Carl Hunter told first responders the vehicle in autopilot mode, quote, lurched forward as it accelerated and collided with the motorcycle.
Okay, so now I got to know more, but yes, autopilot doesn't mean it's. They should probably just change the name of it.
They really do.
Because it's
not
does,
auto.
It's like
you gotta be there.
Call it like cruise control. Yes, I don't know, but yeah, not cruise control.
So unfortunately,
like that,
the motorcyclist
died.
Dead at the scene.
Yeah.
28-year-old Jeff Nissen of Stanwood. He was ejected from the bike before being run over by Tesla.
So the Tesla didn't even stop.
Sounds like it hit the bike and then didn't stop.
Kept going. Now that seems like that might not be autopilot because Tesla would stop after
I mean, I don't.
Unless I don't know. We'll have to see more. What do they know?
They're obviously going to look pretty deeply into that.
And everything's recorded. Everything's tracked and cameraed on the car. So everything from where your hands are on the wheel to what time you braked and where your eyes are. I think the Model S actually, there's a camera pointed at your eyes. If you're not paying attention, it usually tells you to pay attention. But
so yeah, I mean, all that could come up. It could be like the black box footage for this whole thing. So court documents say the Tesla driver admitted to having one drink prior to the crash.
So that means
field and bloods test.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he passed.
Does this change things?
No, he passed.
He was drunk.
No, he passed though. He didn't pass.
Oh, passed.
Yeah, so he did. So,
he wasn't drunk.
He passed. Yeah,
wait, why'd they say but pass?
Yeah.
One drink, of course you passed. What do you mean but you passed?
Yeah, but one
failed. Drink. What kind of one drink are these people thinking the one drink would have been? Like a bottle of ethanol was my
that
one
seems
drink?
very poorly. Yeah.
Of course. The butt threw me off.
But
it's labeled distracted driving as the cause of the crash since the driver was using his phone.
Okay, so he wasn't paying attention yet. So yeah, he was texting and driving or doing something on his phone and driving on his autopilot on. So he
Tesla
says.
is offering new and existing Model S, Model 3, Model X, and Model Y owners, quote, the opportunity to experience the latest full self-driving supervised features. What's going on, parentheses?
Yeah.
Completely taking away the thing before it.
Yeah,
Full
supervised.
self-driving, also
Yeah.
supervised necessary.
Yeah.
So not full self, huh?
So yeah. But again,
just supervised driving.
They need to prove that was it, because I've seen that self-driving, and that it's pretty good. Like, I've seen that data.
I think I like this naming though, supervised driving.
But I've seen the code.
Already taken.
Dustin, I've seen the code though. The code on all of them, they can usually tell what's. I don't know how, but they can usually tell what's like ahead. They have shapes of the cars and everything. I've seen the code and written about that. So I don't, and it shows people walking. It shows people with bikes. So it seems kind of weird.
But you still have to supervise it, so you shouldn't call it full self-driving. You should call it supervised driving, because that's what it is. You have to supervise it. Call it what it is.
Supervised driving, but
it's a lie to call it this and then put in parentheses supervised. Call it supervised driving, and people might stop being dumb with it. Because people are going, they called it that, so I can do this. It's America, where the coffee cup has to say hot.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm surprised my Mountain Dew doesn't say this could be cold if refrigerated.
Yeah.
Don't put in a freezer. I'm surprised they don't say don't put in a freezer. That's how I know you can't.
Don't stick tongue in hole.
Don't lick a pole.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. Look at that. Yeah.
You're literally. That's funny. I didn't know this was down here, but you're
describing
this.
Either did I. But yeah, like it shows this. Like it's pretty good. I saw one where there's a guy with a stop sign, and it literally showed a guy with the stop sign because it detected a stop sign in the worker's hands. So, not again, but things fail. But it seems pretty weird still, right? Like,
under your supervision, full self-driving drive your Tesla anywhere.
See, but I guess if that's how it says right there, under you okay?
If you have to put supervision in there twice, you know goddamn well what you're
doing. But they did under your supervision.
This is why I said they're going to be saved by one line. Like
right there.
Got themselves covered.
Yeah,
they've literally got themselves protected. And it sucks for this guy because I'm pretty sure it means a murder charge. There's not much way around.
5 years in jail.
Yeah, it'll make lane changes, select forks, to follow your navigation route, navigate around other vehicles, objects, make left-right turns. Yeah, everything's great until it does something wrong.
Yeah,
that's why it hasn't been. Yeah.
So I wonder if they looked at the details yet. It's been a few days, so I'm sure they looked at something to charge him with that, right?
Well, yeah, and they're not even talking about all of Tesla's arguments they're going to use. Tesla also says recommends drivers use additional caution and remain attentive when utilizing. So,
what makes sense?
It adds that vehicles do not become drivers should not become complacent. So they've got so much verbiage in there that
I don't know.
This guy,
I wouldn't feel
murder.
I'm sorry, but I would not feel comfortable being behind a steering wheel, moving without paying attention. Anyway, would you? Like, I don't know. It would not just feel natural. And I don't drive. And I don't drive like I drive, but
I just recently watched a clip of some people getting into some taxi.
Would not be able to do that.
And I was just like, I don't think I could do this because it literally was just doing it all, and it was like it wasn't even doing like the safest options. It was like cutting across 3 lanes because it needed to be over there, and it's like there's a bunch of traffic, and you barely squeeze.
It's like because it's like thinking if every car was self-driving, like if every car in the world was self-driving, it would work. Okay, but they're not. So
Tesla, exactly. Tesla did not respond, and this was weird. It's unknown if the driver involved in the crash was utilizing self-driving.
Oh, you pricks! Yeah.
Or had paid for the service. So they don't know if he was using the free trial version or the paid.
Oh, what does that matter?
I don't know, and that's why it was so weird that this is like. But he's definitely using. It was just a question of was the trial different?
Excuse me.
Watch. So I guess this is if you have the trial, you can still try it out to see if you want to get it.
Like again,
I'm not hitting play. This is Fox. So
but again, like it's like an assistant, right?
So
it's like it's meant there to help you, not do it for you. It's meant there to assist you. But again, they should call it assistant driving or something like that, right? So, but
I mean, until they have the technology to a point where it's like 99.99999% accurate.
But it's not going to be that until every car on the road or 90% of vehicles on the road.
That is the main thing. that is, I think, the main thing is you got to remove all humans. Once all humans are removed, it becomes a different equation. We kind of go back to the same equation that trains had. Trains were effectively no humans involved, and
yeah,
I kind of wish we'd kept going with trains.
yeah, but no
Like
trains.
up there.
North America sucks with trains. Do you know North America has like no trains compared to Europe?
Yeah,
Like,
and we could
no
have been
trains.
connected by trains and been using them.
And like, yeah, well, like, but unless like last week, when on Monday when we talked about that one started on fire, like,
That's a Canadian train.
you know,
American trains don't catch on fire. American trains tip over and ruin small communities.
but let's
Remember that time that happened?
Well, let's talk about more weird.
Remember Palestine? We all had to say Palestine differently just because there's a city called Palestine.
East Palestine.
East Palestine.
East Palestine.
Sure.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
That all happened.
Yeah.
We do spills. You do fire up there. We do spills.
Yeah.
I don't know what
so
sure they've got their own.
Yeah.
Special.
Well, do something new and crazy from Gizmodo. Thermonator, the flame-throwing robot dog, can now be yours for $9,420. Now, is that American or is that Canadian?
That's got to be.
Yeah,
you probably can't even buy these in Canada.
Yeah, probably not.
Can you buy a flamethrower?
A good tagline for the product might be, "How the fuck is this legal?" Yeah.
Right,
well, Elon Musk sold a flamethrower in quotations, right? So.
Yeah, and he's not even the first one. Like,
yeah.
You can legally buy and sell flamethrowers in America.
Yeah.
There's so.
Let's see.
But the problem is attaching it to a robot dog. Where it's going to be.
Now, is this that dog that we talked about the other day?
We got to do trigger warning here, or content advisory. Viewer discretion is advised. This is nightmare fuel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of freaky looking. Yeah. Imagine that. Okay. You know, drug dealers.
I don't want to imagine
drug dealers who have got weed crops or like cocaine crops in Colombia, let's say, or something. They're gonna have this patrolling their land, and then
why have it patrolling? Have this delivering.
No, not.
Are you gonna stop a flamethrower dog with a bag of weed on the back?
Well, you gotta have it grow first, right? You gotta have the fields.
Just put your shipment on this dog.
No, you gotta have the fields. You can't watch a field. This is cheaper than hiring a whole group of men, right? This is gonna friggin'. Yeah.
But why? If you're gonna just defend something, you can defend it with guns and stuff easier. You put the package on this. Who wants to approach?
I wouldn't. But you can't really keep so much on them, right? I don't know. I'd make them defend my property, not be a dealer.
I would make this dog into my dealer.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you get robbed. And you would get robbed before you even get to deliver it.
No, because I'm gonna have my guys with guns watching my dog. We're gonna have our stakeout spots.
But why pay for guys? Why not do both then? Why not do both?
Because this is now a risk-free mission. If this dog gets captured by the authorities, we don't get busted.
Care. You're wrong.
Also, why are you asking me why I'm going to do my crime? We can't tell people how to do crime. That's against the rules.
So you don't know how to do.
And we don't advocate crime.
You would go to jail.
We don't advocate using this dog in such a way that would allow your cohorts to get away with the crime you're trying.
So let's see what this guy's about.
Also, robots don't talk.
Yeah.
Robots don't. So the year's 2024 and technology is doing incredible things. I would.
Hey, Sweets Gaming.
For the first time ever, you can purchase a walking robot dog with a flamethrower on its back. Yes, the Thermonator, which was announced late last year, is finally available for purchase in the United States. See, I told you couldn't get it.
Why? You can buy it and ship it here for me, right?
I could. Maybe. There might be laws. Import laws or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially since it's worth $9,000, that means it's over an X number of dollars. I think you have to declare everything over.
No, anything over $10,000.
$10,000? Oh, is this on purpose then?
But yeah, but that just looked. But that's 13,000 Canadian. So no. But yeah.
So they're saying it's a lot of money, but seems weirdly low price for a fire-breathing robot. I actually disagree because flamethrowers are quite cheap, and these dumb robots, I feel like you get a dumb dog robot.
Yeah, that seems pretty cheap. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
For $8,000, you get that, and then you throw a $200 flamethrower on it. Boom, you still got $1,200 profit.
Yeah. And I don't know. That's kind of neat. That freaky at the same time.
Use it because problems, right?
Yeah, but why? Yeah, that's just gonna cost shit, right? One code run. What? Like who? If that kills something, who gets charged? You know, it's like the Tesla. If that kills someone, do you get charged? Like,
well, as long as you're not on board, you're probably.
But
fine.
You're the owner.
Problem with Tesla is that you're on board.
But you're the owner, so if your dog bites somebody, you're responsible.
But they didn't even talk about that guy like the ownership being the important part. Like, what if you own a Tesla and your kid's in it and it's on autonomous mode and kill somebody? They're just gonna go back and charge the owner, not the person who's in it not paying attention.
Yeah.
I think they'll charge the person at the wheel. Just
So it's only 26 pounds. That's not too bad,
dog's
right?
is innocent.
Equipped with one of the company's ARC flamethrowers mounted on its back. The bot can shoot fire in a 30-foot stream and comes with a built-in fuel tank powered by gasoline.
Yeah.
The company says the robot has an hour-long battery, a laser sight, laser mapping, whatever that is, and can be remotely controlled. Yeah, that'd be via the company's app.
LiDAR. I've seen some LiDAR stuff where they use it to like map out the insides of caves and stuff. It's like the word there is light and radar together.
So
they use bouncing lights to basically do a radar map of an entire thing based on. It's kind of like how bats see LiDAR. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And this thing has it. It just has it on board, so it'll know where you are
and
how you're moving. And if you're just kind of shaking a little bit, they'll see that.
Like imagine walking through a forest. You're walking through a forest, and this guy's just running by you. All of a sudden, you just see this fucking robot dog running past you. It'd be kind of freaky.
And this is just one of many weapons you can equip your robot dog with. This is look at this railing. This is a customizable railing.
Oh.
You can detach this part right here and back here, and put on something totally different. You could equip these dogs with everything.
Anything you want, yeah. A chainsaw.
Honestly, I'm thinking a pack of these. Why would you send just one? Send a pack of them.
Yeah, that's how you do war. Drone.
With different weapons, and of course I don't say we should crime, but like if you're gonna do crime, put different equipment on your dog.
On previous reporting, so the I don't know any of that stuff means. Small, lightweight. Yeah, it's kind of freaky. That is kind of weird how that's even legal. Like, how is that legal to buy? Like, I guess it is a flamethrower, so how a flamethrower is legal? I don't know, but is it your Fifth Amendment? Is that what it is?
It's America.
So.
Second Amendment. Third Amendment.
Second, I don't know the amendments. Fifth Amendment is to
all the amendments. You don't have.
So you can have flamethrowers. That's cool. Well, you're gonna have to get one of these and show us how it works.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's what we can do for the 100th episode.
It has autonomous navigation.
That's what we can do for the 100th episode. I need you to buy this and get it ready for next Friday.
So the company claims its product is good for wildlife or wildfire prevention.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How? Because you can go around and do that controlled burn.
Controlled burns, yeah.
While protecting, not having a. So, like I was saying, you're not risking the person. You're not going to risk a firefight.
No, what I guess because they could run ahead. They could run ahead and do a path and then burn it
They
and
go to
then.
a place where you don't have oxygen and do it before.
So yeah, I guess that would work pretty good and stuff like that. Or when there's like a hostage situation, you just have them go in there and just kill the guy.
Okay.
So
I think you could actually argue selling this to some fire departments.
And yeah.
Could make sense. Agricultural management, so maybe some farmers. Again, they do controlled burns. Although I think in a lot of cases the farmer's gonna pass a $9,000 dog to do his burning.
But yeah, but then
also well-to-do farmers.
But also, what about the chickens? They can protect the chickens from the coyotes. Like they see a coyote, boom. Now you got some food, and boom, right? The chickens survive. The coyotes aren't a problem. So, what do you mean? Yeah, yeah, that's what the goats are for, and all that.
Okay, and so you understand that like a little bit of a fire at a farm, it's gonna burn down the farm.
But like not that kind of.
You shouldn't defend a farm with
it's a chicken farm, like.
You still got all those hay bales.
Yeah. But okay, but anyway.
You got the barn. It's all wood. Everything.
But what about the fucking chickens, man? Like who cares?
You're gonna make fried chicken.
Yeah, they're fried chicken.
Boy, just eat them.
Yeah, there you go.
Saying, well, this is fine. Like, I wanted to wait. Some of those chickens weren't ready.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that, I guess. Crazy dogs that will kill you.
I'm not sure what they mean by this. Ecological. Entertainment and SFX. I know that one.
Yeah. So.
Snow and ice removal.
I guess,
now,
yeah.
You can't buy them in Canada, but I know some crazy people who.
Well, we have the heated driveways here that cost thousands of dollars and don't work. So.
And you could have just bought this dog instead.
Yeah, or a shovel.
We know.
Or a shovel.
No, we don't question.
Or you just buy a shovel, Hey, Obsolete, welcome in.
How's it going? Hey, Obsolete, are you going to get one of these dogs? The robot dog with a flamethrower?
Yeah.
There's even another video.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm just not cool, but I want it to be on my side, you know?
Free shipping.
Yeah. Cool. See, free shipping.
Yeah.
Okay, is it pre-assembled? So,
I don't know.
I should try to order one here.
Should I try to play this?
Yeah, you can, I guess.
Ooh.
So just a little gas tank, but
Okay.
yeah, like yeah, you
There
could
he
just
goes.
go through the snow, go through the leaves. Okay, cool. Yeah, that wouldn't be freaky. Just
Go
tripping out
downhill.
mushrooms in the
Oh,
woods or
he's got
something.
laser sights. He's got a laser.
Yeah.
He's also got a big bright light.
See, they can even use that to track people. You know, if they're chasing someone.
It's got a camera. As long as you have an operator watching the camera, you could use this in search and rescue.
Yeah, and if they're searching for a criminal who ran in the woods or something,
the
right?
Hell out of criminals with the
Yeah.
laser sight.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would be done. You know,
Yeah,
like
what are
I'd
they
be
sending?
shitting bricks.
I saw that Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of these. All right, this. Oh, okay.
I think we're good. We don't need to watch anymore. Is there
You
something
wanna see
else? Oh.
the devastation. This is why I'm saying, like, on a farm, probably not. Like, look, it's like this is what your farm's gonna look like.
Yeah.
Chickens are
But look at how
safe.
precise he looks like he's aiming.
Chickens are safe.
Like it looks like they're precisely aiming. But
Whoa, whoa.
look at that jump.
He can jump and shoot.
So yeah. So
I don't feel safe.
yeah, I don't know if I like that though. But
It can jump and shoot. This is not technology I thought. It's also just dripping gasoline everywhere.
yeah.
That was just like.
Well, yeah, that's
this,
pretty
you
crazy.
See this in the darkness, silhouette in the flame.
Okay. Well.
In addition to a variety of flamethrowers, Throwflame also sells a flame-throwing drone, which the company has dubbed the TF-19 Watt. So they have the aerial version. If you don't just want your hounds, you can get birds.
Yeah, there you go.
With flamethrowers.
I think did we talk about that at one point? I think we might have.
You know, if we have another civil war, it's gonna be.
Yeah. We cannot. Okay.
Rednecks can afford drones.
When the Civil War officially starts.
We didn't make any of this stuff too expensive to have.
Yeah.
All of this stuff, like drones and flamethrowers.
And you know those doomsday preppers that have been waiting for this forever? I already got them stocked up.
Gizmodo reached out to Throwflame for more details about its new products. We'll update the story if the company responds.
Yeah.
They might. This is literally just an ad for them.
That's good news, yeah.
Like a dog. I don't know. I'm kind of scared of it, but also, like, it's America. There's no shot this is getting banned.
So,
Like, it's America.
yeah. Well, the next story, I'm not going to lie, I don't know anything about, but maybe I'll learn something.
Okay, NPR brings us this one.
Or I'll be like, let's get going. No. Anyway.
U.S. bans non-compete agreements for nearly all jobs.
Yeah.
So, actually, one example of this I found out before the show. I was talking with Jay's. She used to work for a tech company, retail, just like a retail tech company, like a Best Buy or something like that. And even a place like that would have a compete clause. So if you were to go to another tech company, what's another one like Best Buy, like Radio Shack?
Okay, yeah. So
it would say you can't go to Radio Shack for retail because they're in the same retail market, and that would literally be in the contract when you sign up to be an employee.
Okay.
At a place, so you'd have this non-compete agreement. They would say 12 months after you leave, you're not going to be able to.
So a company can't come over and be like, I like your sales. I want to buy you at my place, right?
Yeah.
So
there's actually a solid.
unless they pay out
my
Best Buy,
company also
unless
has a non-compete with me. If I were to go to a different retirement record keeping, company, I might actually have to look at my contract that I have.
But can't Radio Shack buy out the contract too, though? Like, I think they could do that. They're like, okay, well, we'll give you 10 grand to buy it. And they're like, okay, sure.
Yeah,
right?
and that
So-
definitely happens. And that's another example I think of is the wrestlers.
That sounded horrible, but
The WWE always makes its wrestlers sign these non-compete agreements so that they can't just appear on the competition, AEW or TNA or WCW, whatever their competition has been along the years. Wrestling companies have always had these non-compete agreements so that you wouldn't just immediately see, your former champ the next night on the other show, like that happened.
Okay, yeah. So, no, I get. Okay, I know what it is now. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think it was Medusa showed up to WCW with her WWF title and threw it in a trash can live on WCW TV because there was no non-compete. She could stop her contract the previous day and then work for the other company the very next day. So, I mean, there are some places where these are like guaranteed to happen, and it's saying for nearly all jobs that's no longer going to be the case.
That's actually pretty good. I think I agree with that without even know. I do now know what it is. That's good.
Right,
Good
because
way.
it's in the interest. This is putting it in the interest of the
People.
employee instead
Yeah,
of
the
the
people,
employer.
exactly. Yeah, because like sometimes like you get stuck somewhere making $15 an hour, and then someone comes on, I like you, I'll pay you $18 an hour, right?
Right, but
Like,
then they're like, no, you can't because
yeah,
McDonald's and Burger King have a non-compete.
yeah, exactly, right?
Because if you work for McDonald's, we don't want you going to work for Burger King.
Yeah, we want
you.
you.
Might
Yeah,
leave for $3.
yeah.
So this is beneficial to the employee. I think only the employers want it. You know, like
Um,
WB really didn't want to have Medusa show up, but
yeah.
Medusa wanted to get.
But no,
paid. She didn't
I
want
don't
to
think this
without a
would be.
job.
This isn't going to be for that though. I don't think this is going to be for that. Like
Right,
the
because
WWE
obviously,
people, like that's what it said. Yeah,
they're gonna
no,
find that
like
gig employees are not gonna.
yeah,
And that's the thing. Wrestlers are also gig.
yeah. So
Whereas I'm not. I'm a
Those-
salaried employee. So.
okay,
All right, so that's the preamble, so that we can catch Mike up to what the hell this is. And here's smiling.
yeah.
What is that? FTC chair Linnea. So the FTC narrowly voted Tuesday to ban nearly all non-competes, employment agreements that typically prevent workers from joining competing businesses or launching ones of their own. I hadn't even thought about that. If you
Yeah.
wanted to like quit working for Google and then start up your own tech thing, I
You're
bet
not,
Google
yeah.
throws a thing in there that says no.
Yeah, we
It's in
own.
their interest
Yeah.
not to do that.
Anything you came up with while working here, we own, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So the FTC received more than 26,000 public comments in the months leading up to the vote.
Um,
Some of the stories they heard. So workers literally sent in their like take on it to help the FTC.
but yeah, it's true. Like if you work at a, like say you work at like a Starbucks and all that, and you really like coffee and you're really good at making that stuff, and then you're like, I want to open my cafe. Starbucks like, well, too bad. Like, no, that's not cool. You should be like, you're not hurting Starbucks at all by opening your own cafe, right?
Exactly.
Like but they I'm not saying Starbucks does that. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing no.
And look,
but
if Starbucks has a barista that's so good that barista is the reason Starbucks is big and famous, and that barista realizes it and wants to start his own place, then he still should.
yeah,
Even if it means Starbucks now no longer has their secret chef guy.
and Starbucks should be happy and right, like, hey,
there's
right?
no chef guy, but even if they did, chef guy should be allowed to move on. You shouldn't be able to hold somebody like that. You should hold them hostage.
Yeah. So 13
Accounts said, pointing to the basic reality of how robbing people of their economic liberty also robs them of all sorts of other freedoms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not fair. You're locked in. You're like, okay, well, screw it. This is what I'm good at, but I can't go anywhere because.
Right. So the FTC estimates 30 million people, or 1 in 5 American workers, from minimum wage earners all the way up to CEOs, are bound by non-competes. It says the policy change could lead to increased wages totaling nearly $300 billion per year by encouraging people to swap jobs freely.
There you
That's
go.
the other thing.
Yeah.
Putting this power in the hands of the employee is going to actually help people make more.
But
Because you demand.
But again, who's really looking at that? Okay, so let's just say that. Say say fast food has one of these FTC. You can't do that. So you quit McDonald's and you go to Burger King. Are they really gonna check to see if you worked at McDonald's in the last 12 months? Like,
It's not them that's going to check. It'd be the employer trying to enforce the non-compete.
But you go to McDonald's, they're like, hey, I quit. Why? Because I don't want to be here anymore.
I mean,
right?
They might, because the thing is, I think if they win, they get if say you left McDonald's and worked for Burger King for like a year, all that money you made for the year, I'm pretty sure McDonald's could sue back because you weren't supposed to make any of it.
Yeah.
They might, because it would be like a full year's wage by the time they did it to you.
But how could they? That doesn't make any sense.
Become worth it.
I don't know. I just don't say. I don't know.
Up, but like paying a couple lawyers to harass you is kind of worth it for big companies. They have law firms already on like contract anyways, already ready to go. They need work for them. They can't always be doing the ice cream machine one.
All right. Well, I think that's a good thing, though. I do.
I do think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the but. Where's the but? The ban, which will take effect later this year, carves out an exception. I found the but, Mike.
Yeah. What's the exception? Yeah.
For existing non-competes, the companies have given their senior executives on the grounds that these agreements are more likely to have been negotiated. FTC says employers should not enforce other existing non-competes. So if you're a senior executive, they'll have to stick to your non-compete?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe I can. I don't know, but depends on. But they're probably making not millions, but they're making pretty good coin.
Why did they go? Why would you want this like carve out? Because like
that might work for the company.
The employers, so they don't give a shit anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool.
The vote was 3-2 along party line.
So
there's only 5 people voted for this.
I guess, hey. So yeah. No, weird.
The dissenting commissioners, Melissa Holyoke, Andrew Ferguson, argued the FTC was overstepping the boundaries of its powers. Holyoke predicted the ban would be challenged in court and eventually struck down. And
I don't see why that's a problem though. Why can't somebody quit from McDonald's and go to Burger King if they can make an extra $2? You know, like.
Well, here's the argument they're going to use, and this is stupid. You signed the contract, dummy. You're telling companies what kind of contracts they can and
But
can't
did
write.
you know just because you signed, but
dictates that you can.
But again, but just because you signed a contract, there's illegal contracts too. I guess in that
right,
part.
But this they'll argue
But
is not.
just because you sign a contract doesn't mean it's actually legit either. Like keep that in mind.
You have to demonstrate a few things to legally be a contract, and I have a feeling their argument's going to be there's things saying we can't.
This happened to me a few years ago. This happened to me actually several years ago. This is probably going back 15 years ago. I worked at a liquor store, and it was not much money at the time. I just needed a job. It was $11 an hour, so I took it. And apparently in the contract it said if I got robbed, I would have to pay back every dollar and every item the robber took. Right? So I
can't do that.
Yeah, so I got stolen for not money, but they stole a whole bunch of bottles from me. A whole bunch of kids came in, and he tried to do that, and I made a huff and a puff. He ended up firing me, and then there's a big a lot of stuff happened. The neighborhood knew me because I'm well known. I'm very vocal. A lot of people knew me. He was trying not to give it to me, but then people started calling and yelling and screaming at him that he ended up sending me a certified check with the whole payment of everything he owed me. Because he knew that he wasn't going to... But yeah, he said, you signed the contract. And I did. But it was an illegal contract. You can't. It's my own fault for signing it, but he wasn't allowed to do that. Imagine getting robbed at night point, then him like, yeah, you owe me the money back. Like, fuck you. So...
Yeah, I wouldn't pay for stolen goods ever.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. I'm not...
Chase Blaze in chat said, I once had my boss start a meeting with, you all have very tight non-competes. With that being said, let's talk about next quarter.
Yeah. So
what do you think he was insinuating with the first half? Very tight non-compete.
You're not getting a raise. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Grass isn't greener. And also, there is no grass. Shut up. Like I've had that vibe before.
Yeah. No. Most places I've worked, like the place I'm at now, is pretty good. But most places I've worked, they didn't give a shit about anybody below manager. Right? They're like, oh, we got to make our goals. And if we didn't, we get paid the same. And if we did make our goals, we get make the same amount. So it's like, okay. But yeah, I think I'm done with that.
So, well, I mean, we're not.
Is it? I know.
So the U.S. Chamber of Commerce has responded already. That's why I said we're not even done like the story. Said they're going to sue the FTC, block the rule. So that's how it's going to go to a court. Yeah, you have to have both sides of it.
How's it unlawful?
They're calling it unnecessary, unlawful, and a blatant power grab. Well, there's a couple different arguments. There's the one I already said, but then there's also they could argue the constitutional rights of the FTC. Do you know how this FTC was created? Was it constitutional that it was created to begin with?
No.
What powers should it be granted? Does the Constitution specifically address what powers the FTC have? It doesn't, and that's going to be their argument. The Constitution doesn't explicitly grant the FTC the ability or the authority to legislate.
Yeah, so...
It is not a legislative branch. It is also not a judicial branch. So having laws or rulings or making judges and legislators and law enforcers bow to the FTC decision, you could argue is unconstitutional right away because they don't have the constitutional authority to make those. These are unelected people.
Yeah.
Okay? So there's quite a few arguments for why they can't do this, why it's unlawful that they're doing that. That being said, I still think it's good for the employee.
Yeah, but that's probably why I'll get struck down, because anything good for the employee always gets struck down.
This is a Biden move. This is a, hey, we did it, but they're not going to actually do it. The headline's too good to be true.
Yeah.
So, for more than a year, the group has vigorously opposed the ban, saying that non-competes are vital by allowing them to better guard trade secrets and employees.
Well,
better guard employees.
Well, there's trade secrets. Okay, well that's just a DNR, right? Do not D&D, do not disclose, right? So, So yeah, that just seems like a way that they can keep you where you can't succeed and they can.
Yeah, basically, it's not. None of this is like they're saying to better guard the employees, employees and employees. Like, what do you mean guard? Guard me in what way?
So they can fire. They can fire you at any time they want, but you can't quit and move on if you want. So that's what it is.
Well, if you do want to quit and move on, they have dictatorial say in how you can move on. It's not that you can't. It's they get to decide how you get to move on. You know, you could stop working for WCW, but you ain't showing up on WWE. Yeah. We know that for damn sure. You better go work for New Japan Pro Wrestling. The non-compete doesn't apply to overseas, which is why a lot of times wrestlers would go to overseas to wait for their no-compete to go away, and then they would show up on the other show. That would explain the lag between people showing up on there that started to happen in the later 90s, early 2000s. Right.
Well, we all do a follow-up on this for sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to because there will definitely be court battles over this. I predict this one goes to the Supreme Court, and we get to see what the conservatives think of it. They've got the majority there. I'm not sure what their take's going to be. They usually side with business, but then again, so do Democrats. So
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see, right?
We'll see. This is definitely
but I'm a conservative, and I agree with it, so I don't know, right? So
yeah, but like, do the people with the levers of power? I don't know. So we'll let the last one was controversial.
Okay.
And it has this last one for us. The UN demands investigation after mass graves found at Gaza hospitals raided by Israel. So we haven't talked about this story in a while.
No.
A bit. I just noticed today though that there's a whole bunch of dumbass stories about colleges protests instead of like what those college protests are doing the protest for. I figure we should just talk about what the whole point is. It's getting overshadowed by the colleges are protesting story. Like it's a higher thing than this on all the websites. Every single one wants to talk about the different colleges.
Well, this has been out for a few days now. Which I know that's nothing, like not this exact story, but you know, so that's New Day, New News.
So this is also kind of
a Eccles.
Because I know we had hey Eccles. I know we had covered some of this back when it was happening. I'm not sure exactly. This is being vague even in the headline.
Yeah. We
talked about a couple different hospital instances.
Well, we're doing pretty good. I'm just finishing up here. I have a unfortunate story to end with, but we gotta talk about the good and the bad. So.
Yep, we're just doing some follow up on the Israel-Palestine conflict. The United Nations has called for an independent, effective, and transparent investigation. You can call for it all you want, but into the discovery of mass graves at 2 Gaza hospitals that were besieged and raided by Israeli troops this year. Obviously, mass graves are never a good sign.
Yeah.
When you're just throwing all the bodies in one hole, burying them.
Now,
odds are you did a bad thing.
Now, again,
most graves are a bad thing.
Yes. Now, does it? Now, again, I've seen this until they do it. Again, I'm not defending anybody here, but it is a hospital.
You want this investigation?
Yeah, for sure. Before we go on ahead of it, because let's go with Octoman's razor. We probably know how it happened, but there could have also been something else. So let's look at to investigate it. Maybe it's a hospital. Maybe all those people died. They didn't know where to put the bodies, so they started piling them. Got raided. Didn't get around to taking care of the bodies. Right? Again, that just a maybe. Right? That's why the investigation has to be done. But again, will they? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the United Nations is calling for an investigation, but there's no authorities being allowed.
Yeah, so they can't.
From anybody outside of Israel. So it will not be an independent. One.
And nothing's going to happen because,
Effective, well, that's a value word or whatever, right? That's like, what is effective? You know? How do you even measure effectiveness? So I don't even know what that means. And then transparent. Well, it's, like I said, it's not going to be allowed.
Nothing's transparent.
So the transparency, I can't just say it's transparent because you're not allowing a third party, which is So you can call for this, but it's literally like I don't get that. The IDF and the IOF are going to do the investigation, which sucks because they're the ones that did the invasion and likely dug the graves.
Yeah. Again, you're more than more. I'm not going to say you're right, more than likely, but again, but that's the shittiest part that you can't see that, but. Yeah.
first of all, there's evidence. So, I mean, I'm not going to say we'll never know because the evidence is there. It's still there right now. So there's a certain level of evidence that will convince people one way or the other of what happened.
Yeah.
It's not one of those, it wasn't recorded so we can never know thing. You know, we dig up bones and stuff from millions of years ago and say what happened.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can do it from months ago.
So let's see. Hope they can, but again, it won't.
So what did they find? A mass grave with 324 bodies was uncovered this week at Nasser Medical Complex in the southern Gaza city of Khan Yunis by Gaza Civil Defense following the withdrawal of Israeli forces from the area.
I'm so glad you said those words.
324.
Yeah, that
is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
So Colonel Yaman Abu Suleiman. Hey, that's close to that one name we were all supposed to know. You remember Soleimani?
Oh, no.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember the that was the name that I think it was during Obama's time. We all had to hear about Soleimani. It was such a big deal. Remember Trump's time? One of them got that guy.
Soleimani. Yeah, I think Trump. Like, maybe Trump.
He said I got that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think it was in Trump. But I think that I do call that
it's
now.
So guy. This is just Soleiman. Anyways, Director of Civil Defenses in Khan Yunis alleged that some of the bodies had been found with hands and feet tied, and there were signs of field executions. Well, I don't even know what that would be. What would be a sign of a field execution?
Bullet in the head? I don't know.
So. Yeah. We do not know if they were buried alive or executed. Most of the bodies are decomposed.
Yeah. So that's.
I mean, that really is a big nothing burger of a statement. Like most of what. I mean, yes, of course, if all this is true, real bad. If you tied people up and shot them in the head, real bad. But like, I don't. I mean, this is such a wishy-washy way of even making that. Accusation. Like, if you really had the evidence put together, you'd make it. Shit.
So CNN is unable to verify his claims. It cannot confirm the cases of the deaths of those whose bodies are being
not on the ground in Gaza.
Yeah. So no one is. Yeah.
At all. I think they may still be at West Bank. I think they are.
I know they're still in Israel and stuff too, right? But yeah.
No, that's what I mean by
West Bank.
I mean, there might be some people there, but they're not covering this in Israel.
No.
They were covering it from the West Bank.
I just saw Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper was doing a thing in Israel when some bombs went off, and he's like, "Look," and he looked up at him and watched him go by. So, not bombs, but missiles.
Was that when the Iran?
No, this was before that. So.
So yeah, they're unable to verify his claims, of course.
Yeah.
That's a given. That's the real problem is you can't get third-party verification of basically anything going on there.
Yeah.
Really problematic. Previously, Khan Yunis civil defense spokesman and head of the search mission, Raid Stacker, told CNN that they are searching for the bodies of another 400 missing people after the Israeli military left April 7th.
Okay.
Now I'm not sure how they came up with that number.
Again, yeah,
that's thrown around in this conflict, and few numbers ever get confirmed.
And all conflicts, even all conflicts too. I was looking at some just not off topic, but the Russian-Ukraine war. Literally looking at every month, it went from 100,000 dead to 20,000 dead to 60,000 dead down to 15. It's like their numbers are all over the place, not having a clue. So,
no third parties being allowed in.
Yeah.
So we can never really know, apparently. Although, like I said, like, we can look at things that a million years ago and know what happened. So, like, you would think someday we'll be able to dig all this up and
see what exactly happened. Yeah.
Like, it may be 100 years after and none of the people are alive, but, like, I feel like science and anthropology all...
It'll be more advanced then. It'll be much more advanced then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only getting, better. So, a CNN stringer. What does that even mean? Stringer.
Intern.
Visited the scene.
Yeah.
Stringer. Anyways, a CNN dude who went there on Sunday. So wait, why can't CNN confirm if they sent a dude there on Sunday?
Yeah, that's kind of suspicious. So
said people had buried the bodies of family members who had been killed on the grounds of the hospital as a temporary measure in January. When they returned this month after the Israeli military withdrew, they discovered the bodies had been dug up and placed in at least one collective grave. The stringer said it's not currently known how many bodies were initially buried there.
Okay, that
again, it's so real bad.
Like, yeah, no, but
you dug up a burial to put it in your burial. That's pretty bad.
But yeah, 100, yeah, 100%. But that's not like they kill him again.
Again, this is
A stringer, you know.
It's a stringer.
What the just a stringer, you know, like.
Yeah, you put fish on it. It's a hook that you put the line of string through, and then the fish is on it. You put the fish's mouth. That's a stringer.
Yeah, can you look it up? Come on, so.
What is a stringer? It's gonna say the fishing thing.
Yeah.
Probably. A longitudinal structural piece in the framework, especially that of a ship or airplane.
So.
Informal. A newspaper correspondent not on the regular staff of the newspaper.
Yeah, so a third party.
Paid on a part-time basis to report on events. Okay.
Yeah, a contract.
A contract of
So.
foreign country contractor. Okay. So in response to the CNN inquiry about the mass graves at Nasser Medical Complex, the Israeli military said on Tuesday that the claim that the IDF buried Palestinian bodies is baseless and unfounded. So they're saying no.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I guess viewer discretion. Here's bodies being dug up.
Everyone has, like I said, everyone has a freaking TikTok or YouTube account, and you see it everywhere nowadays.
Yeah. So during the IDF's operation in the area of Nasser Hospital, in accordance to the effort to locate hostages and missing persons, corpses buried by Palestinians in the area of Nasser Hospital were examined. The Israeli military said, adding that the examination was done, quote, exclusively in places where intelligence indicated the possible presence of hostages. Whoa. Hold on. Didn't they just say nuh-uh? Because this is them saying, yeah, we did that. We had to dig some people up. We had good reason, but
they said that they didn't bury bodies, but I don't know. Yeah, they didn't say they didn't dig them up. Some stuff is super weird about that.
Buried by Palestinians in the area were examined.
Okay, there,
you can't examine something while it's still under the ground.
But go back up. I don't think they said they didn't dig them up. They said they didn't bury them in a great mass grave. Right? I'm pretty sure that's what they said. We didn't bury them in a pile. They didn't say anything about not reburying them. I don't know what that was. I do remember seeing it somewhere.
Where was I don't remember.
The exact statement. I don't remember the exact statement either. Sorry, man. But yeah. Israel military Jew.
Yeah, right here. The claim that the IDF buried Palestinian bodies is based on okay, buried.
Yeah, so it does say the word buried, so not that I'm trying to nitpick it,
saying,
but
okay, we didn't rebury them, but we did have to dig them up.
Yeah, well.
And also, where did you put them after you dug them up? Then
again,
you're
I don't know.
Digging them up, but you're saying you didn't bury them. But well, then what did you do? You did nothing, because that's bad too. Just so you know, every answer's bad here. Other than you put it back and did nothing to it, and you apologized. You're desecrating a corpse. Either way.
All right, and then it's just gonna go back on October 7th here. Like everything else, as we all know what happened.
Yeah,
there.
and I hate how the stories are all like, okay, now we gotta go tell the story back on
and,
October 7th.
But it also goes back on every year. Like we know everything's happened. Okay, it's not good.
They're saying,
I don't like it was a horrible thing. Yeah,
they're saying return to their place. So if they were buried and you returned them to their place, wouldn't you have to
bury them again?
You'd have to do that, right?
Again, because they're saying, but there's meant saying that they should have said we didn't do mass burying. That's probably what they meant. Like, again, they're using the words, and we didn't hear the exact statement. We see quotes of it, just because we see quotes of it.
Buried Palestinian bodies is baseless and unfounded.
Yeah,
but this is the Israeli military response to the CNN inquiry. This is when they reach out for comment. This is the comment. They said it's unfounded that we did that, and then later on, in the same response, they said, but we did that.
Again, maybe the question was like, did you do massive graves? It was like, and then the response was like, we didn't bury them, and like he didn't use the word massive, but he didn't like.
This is the quote.
I know that's a quote. I know that, but what's the question? What was the question?
I don't know how the question matters here.
Because it's like, did he bury Palestinians? They're saying no. They're saying did he bury Palestinians? Okay, no, they're saying, yeah, okay, they said that, yes, but did you bury, about mass graves, okay. But still, mass graves.
I understand why you would say the claim why wouldn't you put mass graves in your response?
I don't know.
If the question or accusation was about mass graves, and then you don't include it in your response, that's on you.
Yeah, that's
literally on you.
Joe Biden said pause today. People fuck up words all the time. So
right, but when they put it in quotes, I'm gonna use the fucking quotes because they're in fucking quotes.
I know,
Yes,
but I'm just saying.
No, and then they said yes, and both of these are in quotes.
And
I'm
you,
not letting
exactly, but you're
They
also
said
saying
both. One
why,
of them's a lie.
and I'm coming
One of
up with
them-
a reason
one is
why
a
it could
lie.
be.
But
But
they can't both be true.
no, but one could be
They
a
said two things,
misword.
One is not
Yeah.
true.
Or
They said
it could
the
be
sky is
exactly
red, the
what I
sky is
said,
blue.
and yes, or it could be what I
And
meant. What
sitting
I'm
here
saying
no,
is like,
it's
yeah,
not both.
and they're not
You can
saying
try
it,
to
yeah.
argue red, and you can try to argue blue. But when you say it's red and then you say it's blue, your argument of blue counters your argument of red. Your argument of red counters your argument of blue.
Anyway,
The fact that they put these all in quotes. This is why you should not respond to comments.
and that's why I
When
don't.
Shannon reaches out, here's what your
Exactly.
comment is like.
Because and maybe he fixed his words. Maybe he fixed it too. He's like, I mean, massive graves, and they're like, let's just leave that part of the quote out. Oops. Right? Again, I don't know, but
Oops, I mean massive graves.
yeah.
That's kind of a self-report, anyways.
But yeah.
So yeah, they said once the determined the bodies didn't belong to Israeli hostages.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, they ended up saying they had a reason to dig them up. They're why say you didn't when you're then going to say we needed to see if they were the hostage.
But they never did say they didn't. They never did say they dug. They said they never. Okay.
Were returned to their place.
Yes. Again.
Buried.
They could be. They return. Yes.
Didn't do the
No,
burying.
they didn't bury. They
but we
just
did
returned
return
them.
to their
There
place.
you go.
How?
Yeah. So they just left them on top.
How?
You just left
You
them.
can't.
You didn't.
You
You didn't bury
return
the
to their
hole.
place.
Yeah, you didn't
You
bury the
didn't
hole.
return-
You didn't put the sand back on
So
them.
this
I
is
don't
the one
know.
that's not true.
Maybe, but you can return
Or
them.
We go to another thing.
Okay.
One of these in every scenario. One of these two
Okay,
sentences.
but Dustin, you can dig it. You can have a hole and not bury the hole. You know, you can put a body in a hole and not bury it. So
Return to their place.
yes, and not buried.
If you have a buried thing and then you return it to its place, just putting it like they're unburied it's not buried. It's not back in its place. Its place was with dirt atop of it.
Anyway, like, well, yeah, okay, but
It's such a weird thing to say "nah" about. And I bet it's like
Yeah.
all their other things where they jerk reaction, said no, and then realized they had to pull it back because it's not actually a no. Just like all their
Yeah.
other no's weren't really no's, and they had to retract them, and we all had to fucking wait for the explanation of why. Oh, it's actually this. Like it's
But-
been nonstop with Israel. Like I mean, a pattern's a pattern. So I mean, I'm gonna take it for what I'm seeing here, and it's they did what they're saying. They dug them up to see who they were.
yeah, they did, and they said they are. Yeah, they're submitting that. What?
So that's what I see happen. But yeah, the rest of this article, like you said, is just gonna go into October 7th, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
America thinks it's troubling. Well, here's some more money, guys. So,
Also, Al Shifa Hospital had someone.
okay.
We didn't cover that.
No, we
There was
didn't.
3
So,
V1 bodies in that one. So, like, I mean, I don't know. We could just keep burying our heads in the sand and pretend they didn't do what they did, but they annihilated people in a hospital. That's what they did, and nobody can go in there and investigate. Nobody's allowed in.
but yeah, that was a good one. Not a good one to end with, but probably the best one to end the show
No,
with.
I'd rather say that than
So.
say, "Hey, college campuses are crazy right now,"
Yeah.
which is what every news site wants to talk about instead.
But yeah, we'll probably
They
I'll
don't
help
want
that
to
on
talk
Friday.
about it.
Because I'm sure some crazy shit's gonna happen the next few days. Not trying to hope for it, but I got an idea. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. We're trying to grow. We just surpassed our goal of 300. We're going for 400. Yeah, and if you want, share this show with your friends and family on your social media. We posted it to YouTube, so you can share that link.
Get banned.
Yeah, what band? Oh yeah. But yeah, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm actually gonna do this probably tonight or tomorrow, but we're getting the blue check mark on X. So for sure, give us a follow. Yeah, I did it. I made sure. Yeah, give us a follow on there. I'll get the blue check mark. Only gonna do it for a month. See how it goes. Do some numbers. Just do some data.
Now-
You know.
We did the story about that. Does it show now that, like, when you get that, is it going to show?
I'll find out. I'll let you know.
Because, like, they said they're going to, like,
Get rid of that.
now
Yeah.
whether or not you were given it or got it. and
Yeah.
everything.
So
So yours will say got it
Yeah, which I don't care. I'll show it. If I'm gonna pay for
I
it,
just
I'm gonna
don't know
show
if that's
it.
live
So.
yet. I know we did that story.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that's. I never go on.
But yeah, and if you ever want to join us for the debate, drop us a line. We're always here. We're always looking for a conversation. Good chat. Even if you don't want to talk about news, let us know. We can talk about anything. We're banter. We do anything. Yeah, drop us a line, just a few information, and we'll get you on the show. But yeah, and as always, we like to end the show as it's okay not to be okay. We take suicide awareness here pretty seriously. It's okay to reach out. It's okay to ask for help. Check on your families if you see them struggling. Reach out. Yeah, don't be ashamed. But yeah, that's it. I can't stress that enough. Dustin, anything to say before we jet out here?
Just thanks everyone for being here. We'll be back on Friday. Mike, enjoy the start of your weekend.
For sure, thank you.
It usually starts once we end the show.
Let me find out who we are gonna stream. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it off to Nacho Mama again, just cause.
Yeah, I saw she went live earlier and she's doing.
Now it looks like she's dancing on a stripper pole in game, but that's just a game. Yeah.
I was watching her stream the other day, and she was doing some GTA on that server she invited us to.
Yeah.
It looked interesting. She was up at the Grapeseed Farm. There were a bunch of cows and pigs that she could third eye and like track how much food and water they'd have. And,
where did we do that once?
Whole farming thing.
We did a farming one once or a while
this
ago.
Looked like that, but even maybe more to it. Like I was kind of interested. Like it was scripts I'd never seen. So
well, be sure to tell that in the chat when you go over there.
Yeah. So for everyone joining Nacho Mama now, take a look. I mean, this is a city. If you're a GTA RP fan,
okay.
City you might be interested in looking at.
Stay safe. I'm gonna invite her back on too. Stay safe. We'll chat soon. Yep. See y'all later.
Oh, she is on a stripper.